a list of objects. Looks like this one or this one is the way to go. I want to pick that one. And then what I need to do is I need to actually save this data as it's passed through. So I am going to open up the song adapter. So what I'm going to do is I need to save this context and I need to save this list. So I'm going to create a private variable called that is of type context, and it's going to be called inContext. I'm going to create another variable that is a list of song, and I'm going to call that entries. Alright, so this object's here would make more sense that way, and entries here would be better with text view resource ID, so I know what those things are. And then entries there. Okay, so that looks good. So the next thing I want to do is I want to save these things. So that context is equal to this context here, and entries is equal to entries there. Good. So the next thing I need to do is I want to override one of the methods of this class. So right now it would work, but I need to override and change how the view is actually bound and displayed. So if I go up to code and I say override methods, I want to look for a method called getView. So if I just start typing, you'll see that it jumps directly to getView. I click override and it displays it here. So what I want to do is change its implementation. So I'm going to leave return view here. I'm going to change this to view. What I'm going to do is if this view is equal to null, then what I'm going to do is inflate it. So if you remember back, inflating is kind of the act of taking that XML file and bringing it into existence. So this line, this set of code that I'm typing right now, is actually performing kind of inflating, bringing that stuff into existence. Now this line is called, each one of these views are called for each one of those individual items like I was showing you here. So each of these views are called multiple times. So I'm checking to see if it's null because I only want to bring it into existence, I only want to inflate it once. Okay, so there's that, and then I need to do view equal to inflator dot inflate, and I want to pass in our layout dot list view for each song. That's that individual row, and I want to associate to the parent. I'm going to pass in some other standard defaults. Okay, good. This is giving me that individual line. Now what I need to do is I need to get the song. We'll talk about final in just a second. We need to get the actual song from the entries dot get position. So this line here is going to take the position that's actually being loaded and pull that from this list of entries that we're passing. So the constructor is going to set this up. This is going to get the position for the one that's loaded and pull it from this particular list. So this is the actual individual song that is being displayed. Now this part right here, I need to map this up to elements on the page. So rather than having you watch me type that, I'm going to go back over here to GitHub, and I'm going to go to source, main, Java, and I'm going to go back into my example that I already have, and I'm going to pull out those right there and tab back. Alright, control space, import class, all that is set. One thing down here at the bottom, is a data formatter. So what a data formatter does is it lets us convert this data into some type of displayable, kind of some easier readable display. So what I'm going to do is a private simple date format. df is equal to new simple date format, and the format I want is month, month, month. Whoops. The format that I want to use is month, 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 comma day, comma for year, and then I want to put 3E. So this should say March 1, 2013, and then this would say like Saturday, SAT, something along those lines. Then this is valid now. So df format with that, and this gets the actual date. Alright, so we have the view, we have the adapter. So let's pop back over to our activity. Now we need to wire these things together. So inside of our adapter, we need to actually, inside of our main class, we need to make these things kind of work together now. So the way we do that is we come to our song adapter here, and we're going to change this song adapter to use the things that constructor requires. We pass in the context, which is this. We're going to pass in r.layout activity music list main, and then we're going to pass in the list of songs that we actually are referencing right here. So we're going to say songs. Okay, so now that we have that correct adapter, what we're going to do is take this adapter and associate with that list view. So we do ListView .set adapter and pass in song adapter, and we've made that association. So now if we run it, let's see what happens. So again, looking down here, you see that it's executing a task, and we should see it over here in just a second watching. Okay, calling it target that emulator. There you go. So we have our list being displayed directly from the individual that list that was in our service.